on today's episode, we're gonna get our hands dirty in some war and children. We're drinking Warchild from Georgetown.
Yeah, let's not.
That went south real quick.
That's a quick way to get this video taken down.
Yeah.
We are going to be drinking the Warchild beer, which is an IPA.
Yes.
From Georgetown Brewing.
Yes. And I think we've both had a handful of these.
Yeah.
And they are
Many
fantastic.
of you are probably like, man, this was released a while ago. What's taking you so long? We had some fresh hops to drink.
A plethora.
And this is our first time on the podcast not having a fresh hop in months.
Since September.
So
that's crazy.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
We almost kicked it off with a hazy that I got right around the start of fresh hop season. But I thought, no. The last couple have, we've had some good ones. We've had some not so amazing ones. But I was like, Warchild, Georgetown, get back to our roots.
Yeah.
Let's drink some good beer.
Kick it off strong.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Good choice. I was thinking Milo, but in fact, this is even older than Milo, too.
Yes.
So that's kind of crazy to think about because I feel like Milo's been around for a while. And so, yeah, I bought Baxter. Like, I felt like you had talked about, like, I was going over my head. I'm like, he was talking about another one, but it's like, he was just talking about Milo.
No,
you were definitely talking about Baxter.
Because I think I made the Anchorman.
I think so, yeah.
You pooped in the refrigerator?
Now that you...
ate the whole wheel of cheese?
Not even mad. I'm impressed. That does ring bells.
Baxter. I don't speak Spanish.
So instead, I could just drink that beer.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice. Maybe.
Yeah. I don't think I've had one of those yet.
I have not.
I've had a couple of the Milos. Milo's good.
Yeah, I like Milo. Yeah.
That whole series, Ollie, Milo, and I'm assuming Baxter's also going to be good.
I'm assuming so, too.
It's also named a cold IPA.
Yeah, but Milo was good and like normal. But I'm also interested as to why.
But I don't think was Milo a cold IPA? I thought just Baxter was a cold IPA.
Have we had something else? What else? We had something else recently that was
7 Seas. They released a new IPA, which is a cold IPA.
How it is?
And I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
like now that I've seen it twice, I'm like that's probably a thing. Like
do we
the
look
brewing
that up?
temperatures might be lower.
Oof.
I don't know.
I've never heard of it.
Maybe the fermenting temperature is lower.
In my experience, all IPAs are cold, preferably.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, this says please refrigerate. Warm beer sucks on the can.
Yeah, they make it pretty clear.
Yeah. Which I don't 100% agree with. I mean, some beer is fine at room temperature.
Yeah. Yep.
And maybe they don't mean like heat up beer, but I mean
that I would probably say is good advice.
Yeah.
And
I bet
there's during the making of it, you got to heat it up quite a lot.
Yeah.
So
maybe it's like E9 sauce. It's a no cook beer.
Oh, that is very interesting, and I don't think that would both well. Yeah, I don't know. I guess technically it would. Like, by just putting grains in room temperature water, you would get some sugars. Maybe? I actually have no idea. But
this is a hazy boy, by the way.
Yeah.
Clocking in at 7.8%. Georgetown, because the real beer connoisseurs, doesn't give a fuck about the IBUs.
Yeah, because they know it doesn't matter. But I will say it is pretty bitter for being hazy.
They say Warchild doesn't back off the dankness at all. Seriously, packed full of pungent tropical and herbal aromas and flavors, this IPA will slam your senses like a cider. No, like the impact zone. Surfing phrase, by the way, if you didn't know what the impact zone was. It's a surfing phrase. part of the Point Break series of IPAs.
I'm assuming that's where the waves crash.
Well, and I'm also assuming that's where Warchild comes in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's kind of their shtick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Lucille's got to be something, right?
Probably.
Have we looked? We haven't. We have all these questions. Hear me out. I've lived my... Okay. Anyways, you will. I've lived my
Life
later...
a quarter mile at a time.
Usually. I mean, ever since 99. 2001? 2001. Ever since 2001, I have. But ever since the later portion of my life, if I have a question, I get an answer. Like, whenever I want that answer, I get it. I feel like we've been asking a lot of these questions that we just don't bother to look up.
I like the podcast because I don't care enough. It's more of a thought-provoking...
Well, yeah.
Hey, what do you think about this?
Well, I don't even... Like, I think it does happen more often on the podcast, but like, even when we're just hanging out at a brewery, I feel like we ponder things and then we're like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've noticed the shift in myself where I cared so much, so desperately, I need to know the answer to these questions.
I need to know.
And then now I'm like, I like to know some things, but I don't care about everything.
Some things are worth not knowing.
Yeah.
I will say, maybe it's time to... See, this is why, like, the thought-provoking, instead of immediately going to answers, is important. Maybe it's time to revisit the old Johnny Utah episode and watch Point Break.
Ooh.
We could do a Point Break lineup of beers.
That's what I was also thinking. I'm like, let's not just do Johnny, but
we
yes.
and we have to watch both Point Breaks.
Ooh.
Actually, I have to watch the original Point Break, and you have to watch the second Point Break.
Well, I don't like this anymore.
That's what we grew up on.
Okay. You're not wrong.
It's just shade to throw at Nick since he watched the second Point Break first.
To be fair, I had just never seen Point Break, and when I watched that second one, it was on a plane. So,
and you're like, it's pretty good.
It was awesome.
Great.
I was getting sweaty in my seat, man. It was intense shit.
And you're like, this is not just a plane movie. This is a theater movie.
Yeah. I was wrong.
And he watched the original Point Break and was like,
now we're talking. This is a movie.
All those cool moments were really just stolen from the original film and were like less cool. But I can see how it would be impactful if you didn't know the original.
Absolutely. Because they're dramatized like to the extreme. They're so hyperbolic. Like what was it, like 100-foot wave or some crazy shit that they're surfing. This like giant fucking wall that they're free climbing. And it's like, why? What is this for? Why? But I think they watched the original Point Break and were like,
we need to do this.
We need to do
more.
This. Yeah.
We have to Fast and Furious their Point Break.
I think that is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Can you imagine them coming out with another Point Break? Like, what would they even do?
I don't know, but I've always been surprised at how much Fast and Furious can level up the previous movie, so I bet they could do it.
I'm sure they could, especially if they hire the fast guys to write it. Oh, man.
What, it's unfortunate the path that Fast and Furious has gone down. We haven't really talked about it because Nick and I really enjoy the movies, but let's be honest. Since Paul Walker passed, rest in peace, it's been a little bit of a oof.
He's an integral character.
My last time watching the films, I like when he passed, I was like, that was the bump in the road.
Yeah.
And things got worse.
Yep.
Because you could even say like I don't think people really started like memeing on Fast and Furious, even though like he was in a couple of the crazy scenes, like the last couple of movies
5 and
he was
6,
in.
yeah,
insane.
Or no, even 7 was the one when they were fucking
Abu Dhabi,
yeah, driving from roof to, or not even roof to roof, but building to building.
Yeah, so
God.
Like obviously crazy.
Yeah,
but like it got like just bad.
It was, yeah, it got a little ridiculous. And I mean, he died. They got through most of the filming. They said through 7.
Yeah.
Before he passed. So I think he was I could be totally pulling this out of my ass, but I want to say I heard that he was like written out of only like a couple scenes, and then they just fudged obviously with his brothers and VFX for the final scene. So
Yeah.
that part I know for sure. But yeah, after that you got 8, which is just silly, and Hobbs and Shaw, which like
I rewatched
what the fuck?
Hobbs and Shaw, and
It's like an Expendables movie, basically.
yeah, and somehow worse. Like
yeah.
like with Shaw's mom, it's just kind of like both Fast 8 and Hobbs and Shaw are just like, it's just, they don't have it.
No.
They do not have it.
I'm waiting for, let me check right now. I'm waiting for Fast 9 to go on sale again on Vudu, because I'm not going to buy it for $20.
No, of course not.
It was on sale for $15 for a bit.
I bet it's the problem that I have, and why there's a lack of urgency is it's got to be trash, right?
Oh, well, for it to go on sale so quickly, are you kidding me?
Well, not even just that. I can't
The
imagine
trajectory of where they've been going.
and having like, you know, The Rock's not in it. John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena. Jesus Christ.
I'm just thinking how.
So UHD is $14.99 right now.
Is it even in 4K?
Yeah, UHD.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, sorry.
yeah.
For some reason, my mind went to HDX. and I was
HDX.
like,
Yeah. They both, or I should say
yeah, they're
all
both-
three.
They should be the same.
Yeah.
So we're still up there. $15. Not. I
know-
can't imagine.
You know what's silly to me? Think about this. They shoot this shit in like what, probably 8K, maybe.
I don't know.
At least they probably at least shoot it in 4K.
I don't know how it works.
I'm assuming they shoot it in 4K. We'll say 4K they shoot it in. We'll just say that because yeah, they're not shooting at 1080. They're shooting in 4K, especially a movie like Fast.
I mean, they're probably shooting. The problem is like, it's complicated. Is the answer
as far as because not only you shoot it, but then you could process it at a higher.
You can process it at a higher one, and
Yeah.
also like frame rate comes into it a lot.
Right.
Like if you're doing high speed shots with slow motion, like probably not. I mean, they probably can are capable for most things shooting in 4K or 8K, but like if you're talking like crazy slow mo stuff, you're slower, and then but then even then, a lot of it's CGI'd frames.
Well,
and like,
yes, that's
there's
a big
so
part
many,
of it.
There's just so much that goes into it.
Well, I'll say too, like, I get that for most movies where it's like, yeah, they're probably shooting their slow mo in like 720 or 1080 usually. But like for movies like the franchise, like Fast, like I gotta imagine they have the budget to dish out for the cameras that can shoot like ultra slow mo in 4K. I mean, think.
Ultra slow mo, there's not money. Like even slow mo guys will have to shoot in like 720 and stuff.
Oh,
to
really?
get, like
Interesting.
crazy frame rates. Yeah.
Interesting.
You just can't.
Yeah. Combination of technology and money.
I think Interstellar was the last one to film in like actual 35 millimeter film.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I did like that movie in general, and the cinematography was really cool too.
Interstellar.
Yeah.
I just bring it up because I think there's just a lot of like.
But yet you can buy that in 4K.
Well, 35 is just the format. Like it was shot on like real film.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about shooting analog and yet still being it like analog used to never be able to get to 4K quality. Used to never.
They shot it on 70 millimeter film for 4K.
Okay.
I guess that's kind of crazy.
Is that a newer? I just don't know film, so
I don't know either.
Okay, I was wondering if you.
I don't think it's no. I think Interstellar was going to be like one of the, from what I remember at the time, like was going to, like, they didn't want Christopher Nolan to shoot on film. They wanted to shoot digital or whatever.
Well, yeah, because it's like A, way more expensive to shoot on film, and, and B, it's like, as far as making mistakes and editing goes, it's so much easier to just do digital from the start.
And he was like, no, I'm Christopher Nolan, bitch.
I respect that.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but like I feel like there was some thing about like some article that I read that was like very important about like how he wanted it filmed.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. I want to look into that now.
There was some, I mean, Interstellar did have some amazing shots.
Yeah. Yeah, the cinematography in that was really, really good. Again, aside from being like a pretty cool movie too, like I would like to rewatch that movie.
It's good.
Yeah. All this to say my point that they're shooting it at such a high rate, so they're having to actually put in work to downgrade this stuff to SD.
Not really. Like, yes,
but that's all I mean. That's all I mean is like more than zero. Like,
yeah,
there's an extra step in there. Is all I'm saying. So the fact that it costs less,
you have to anyways, because like if they're gonna host it on streaming services, streaming's gonna adjust quality that's streamed based upon like internet connection,
right? So
like you have to, and I think those platforms do it anyway. Like, when it's uploaded, they're processed in multi-format. So like when you upload to YouTube,
right,
it gets uploaded across
got you so
smaller scales. So like,
yeah.
That's why I say like yes, but no, because I don't think
it's just like the program. It just creates the
lower grade versions.
Yeah, makes sense.
But to your point, I don't know why. Like, to me, you should only be delivering HDX if UHD is not available.
Like what am I paying for?
Yeah.
You know, because I'm paying for a higher quality, but to all of anybody else, it's a file. You know, so like, what am I paying for the extra storage on your servers? Like, what the fuck?
One of the worst things about Vudu, and I think I actually had a different experience recently, but I think I was telling you about Alien, where I could buy the bundle.
Yeah.
But it would just give me all the movies in HDX when the new movies were UHD. So to get the UHD, I'd have to buy the new ones separately. Then like why not? If I'm selected, like,
give me the top tier,
highest quality, and you just give me the highest quality across the board, or like standard or whatever.
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, there should just be different options of highest quality across the board, or if you just want all of them HDX
or SD.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that
was kind of pissing me off.
That is stupid. But you'd had a different experience recently? You think they might have changed it?
Changed that, yeah.
That's good. It seems they made a few changes here and there recently.
Some good, some bad.
Sure. But it's definitely still the best. Don't get us wrong.
Amazon's made some big improvements.
Amazon's interface is so clunky. That's like a big thing I hate about it.
I would say the one downside about Amazon is maybe there is a Your Movies, but I just don't buy Amazon movies enough. But I think also like the mix of like free and rent and buy, and you never know, like they kind of do say it, but they don't really. And like, so you'll click on something thinking like, oh, I can just watch it on Amazon. And then it's like rent for $2.99. You're like, I did not want to do that. Yeah, no. It's like you have to have the forethought of like, does it have like the little extra Prime logo somewhere on it? And it's like, what? Like, that is one great thing about Vudu is like you always know what you're looking at. You have like you have the my shit screen, you have free to watch, and the free to watch is like a big red banner across the movie poster. So it's like, you have like, the categories in Vudu and their interface are just is superior. Yeah. Also a little clunky at times. I feel like
just in general, it's a very boxy.
If you're on mobile, it sucks ass though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Voodoo on mobile sucks.
it really does. I only use the browser on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I mean, aside from the fact that, and this is absolutely fucking stupid, but aside from the fact that you can't purchase items through the app, you have to be on a browser, which
Does not make any
nope,
sense.
still have yet to figure out why. I would like to give them a call one day and just be like, can I take 15 minutes of your time and just ask you questions?
Yeah.
Maybe even offer some suggestions.
One of my old pain points that they did fix was that you used to, when you signed in on your TV, you'd actually have to input your email and password.
Oh, they did change that though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. One of my
Thankfully.
old pain points, because
Yeah.
like everything else, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, whatever application, it'd be like, yeah, you can enter your email and
If
password,
you want.
or you can go to this website, sign in your code, and we'll log you in.
And some of them even go the extra mile, be like, here's a QR code.
Yeah,
Like,
that too.
boom, easy.
Like, just give me an easy option, because I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not trying to do my huge fucking email and
God.
password like on my remote too.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like if I had an Xbox controller, I'd be like, annoying, but okay.
I used to think the same thing about Apple TV. I was like, I have an Apple phone. Why can't I just use my phone
God,
as to control my Apple TV?
Yeah. Which it's kind of funny, like that kind of is what you can just do now.
I haven't used an Apple TV in like
Having an
billion
Apple
years.
TV is kind of dumb
right now. Yeah,
when you can just AirPlay to your TV.
yeah,
And so it's like a lot easier to be using a mobile phone than a remote.
yeah. I don't know what the value of Apple TV is anymore.
No.
Like ever since having a smart TV was a thing.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely. No, I mean I bought a Fire Stick recently for my dumb fucking projector,
yeah.
but like that's a good buy.
Yep.
I would not currently buy a fucking Fire Stick or Apple TV for a smart TV. It has all the same fucking shit.
Yeah, and to that point, I would probably, I don't know, I would have to weigh the odds between Fire Stick and Apple TV, because Apple TVs are, at least years ago when I had one,
Yeah.
very sleek interface.
Yeah.
Always were like, they were like quick too. That was the nice thing compared to some of the other stuff where like they would lag.
That's a thing too. A lot of the smart TVs get kind of laggy here and there with shit. So yeah, that's a good point. Like if you're in it even just for the interface, like I got you can get and which is what I got, is the 4K Fire Stick. It was on sale for like $30, something like that. So I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, absolutely. And so I'm thinking, like, if you have a shitty smart TV, or if, like, you know, I mean, I have like a nice TV, like a nice Samsung smart TV, and even that, like, they just get laggy. And my parents, I can't remember what TV they have, but it's like a really nice TV, but I think it's Netflix. It just like won't work 60% of the time.
Yeah.
Like, everything else is fine, but like Netflix, 60% of the time on that TV doesn't fucking work.
I hate Netflix.
It's pretty dumb the majority of the time. Every now and then they'll have something.
Like,
Yeah.
I do want to watch Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah, yeah. I started that. I'm a few episodes in.
But like outside of that, I'm like, why would I get Netflix?
I'm watching Seinfeld. If anybody cares about that,
No.
So
It sounds like it would be on Hulu as well.
it should be. I don't know that it is.
Hulu always has those fucking weird shows.
It does. I'm gonna look right now. I grew up watching, like, my parents watched Seinfeld a lot, so I grew up watching that. And
Yeah, but you just like
yeah,
enjoy garbage popcorn TV.
yes, correct.
I don't.
They watch with live TV.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they do not on Hulu. Yeah, I remember it being like a thing when Netflix got it, so that must be why, because they're the only ones who have it right now, aside from Like,
I just don't watch any of those kind of shows. So
yeah, like Renee's like huge on Friends, and like I'll watch Friends. They have like some kind of funny parts,
like your
but
Friends,
like, I don't really love it.
Seinfeld, How I Met Your Mother, Psych, like all those things are just garbage TV to me.
Love it.
No,
Absolutely love it.
no.
I like them all for different reasons, though.
Okay, but they're like all like the same show.
Yeah, no, I know that, but that's what I'm saying is like I like them each for different reasons. Like
I think for me though, it's more like just that kind of show is very hard for me to like.
I totally get it. Yeah, I mean it's like The Office too. Like I understand why a lot of people don't like The Office. I think you're stupid and dumb and wrong, but I get it.
I think the one so like I've watched The Office through a couple times, but I'm not like an Office fanatic by any means.
Sure.
I probably would say that I'm not in the I hate The Office category, but I am in the like I don't need to watch it again category. But I will say one thing that The Office does really well that like kept me entertained was they're really good at like making the viewer feel really cringy.
And that is why people dislike it.
Compared to like the other shows where they're like supposed to make you like you have moments, right, where you feel like cringe, like character does something weird or whatever, but like generally they like make you feel good.
Yeah.
In The Office, you have a couple episodes that you're like, I feel gross.
Yeah, like
this is horrible.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God. Like you're thinking about yourself in your workplace and you're like
Michael Scott's Tots.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. That is honestly like an episode that did it for a lot of people.
Probably one of my favorites.
Oh, I agree. Like it is so horrible. Like the thought of that is just like unnerving.
When Ryan and Pam go to Michael and Jan's house for dinner.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Or Jim and Pam. Yeah, yeah. But oh my gosh, yeah.
So good.
Dude. His fucking he's like, I did it. I got a plasma TV.
And then she breaks it.
Oh my God. Dude, yeah, that but it's like it's moments like those where you're like I have been in those situations, but they're like they take it to the extreme.
Yeah.
You're like everyone's been over to someone's house where you're like, oh, it's kind of an awkward night, like it's not going so well, but they're like no, let's take it from like relatable to just like outrageous. And that's kind of what makes it enjoyable, I guess. Honestly, I think so.
I find it enjoyable.
I do too.
Super hard.
I do too. I also, what I find funny is hearing Nick Offerman talk about his character on Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson, and how he says because people always assume because
sure
he does share a lot of similar qualities, being a woodworker and a connoisseur of whiskey. That they're just the exact same person. And no, Nick is he's quite liberal. Like
I'm sure.
Compared, especially like I don't think he's like a crazy fucking left head, if you will, but like he's in Hollywood.
He's a Hollywood Democrat or something.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but compared to his character in the show, who's excessively libertarian, almost to like an anarchist.
Yeah.
And I'm like sitting there watching him like, oh yeah, Ron Swanson's awesome. I totally relate with this guy. And he's like people tell me that. And he's like, I'm just playing a character. Like this guy is a little dramatic. And I'm like, no, your character is correct.
Well, the funny thing is that that character is built off of someone they met in real life. Like they were visiting, other like Parks and Rec departments, like of small towns, and they came across this guy who was like, I don't know why I work here. This whole thing is ridiculous. It's pointless.
The government's a waste of time and money.
Yeah, this is a waste of time and money. Like I don't know why I have this job.
It's so great to think that someone out there exists like that.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic. It's like a mailman believing that USPS has a monopoly on your mailbox, but he's a mailman.
Well, I think part of it, like, it's really easy to like call that person a hypocrite and stuff, which I guess is kind of true, but I think
Kind
that's
of.
less of the point. I think many people, like I've had this thought too, where it's like, I think we all work a job that doesn't really make sense to us.
Absolutely.
Right? Everyone does something throughout their day that they think, why is someone paying me to do this? This is such a weird thing.
Yeah. Well, and like, I think everyone can get in a situation where you're in a position where you had to accept XYZ job.
Well,
like whatever that looks like for you, you were in a place where you're like, I got the offer and I've got to take it.
yeah, but I'm like saying, even if you work a very like skilled job and stuff, like,
Yeah.
like here's a good example. I mean, not of a skilled job, but here's a good example. You could just as easily be a bartender who's like, why do people go out and spend money and pay me $18 to make an old fashioned?
Right.
He's like, make your own fucking simple syrup.
Yeah.
Buy a decent bottle of whiskey and like get some bitters, and you've made your old fashioned for under $5.
I was gonna say, or a not so decent whiskey, and
Yeah.
it's even cheaper than that. Yeah.
You've made yourself an old fashioned super fucking cheap, and yet you're paying me $18 for it.
Yeah.
I can't, like, to me, I think that's a very like similar attitude to that guy. He's like, why the fuck? I mean, is it like, obviously there's a much more philosophic reasoning behind it because people are forced to pay taxpayer money to the Parks and Rec department, but like I think it's the same premise.
Yeah,
of, like,
and his character's dramatized too.
and his character's dramatized. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think what you're describing, I think, is probably a very accurate description of what the actual person they came in contact with was like.
Well, I bet he was probably like, this is a waste of taxpayer money.
Yeah, you're a little bit more involved when it comes to that. When it comes to bars, you just be like, I just don't have to go to bars.
Yeah.
But working for the government, you're like, I have to also still pay taxes. So I am a product of my own environment.
Yeah, it's tough because, like, for me, I always think, like, a lot of libertarians are like, oh, why would you work for this kind of company, or why would you work for the government? But at the same time, it's like, I do things that I don't believe in all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
again, that, like I was saying earlier, like sometimes you kind of just have to do what you got to do.
That, and like, there's a level of prioritization,
right,
that I care about, and like, do I care about serving myself or taking the moral high ground on a certain job where, 98% of the country disagree with me? Like if I'm like taking a moral stand, what does that actually accomplish compared to, am I going to be more effective at pursuing those stated moral goals by furthering myself in the best situation? And if that best situation might be working in government and being a Nick Offerman and being a like semi-oppositional character to the force of government while also bettering myself and my family.
Exactly. And I mean, I'll even put it in a more relatable and simplistic view too.
Please do, because that was extremely complicated.
You have all these cunts complaining about Amazon and how they don't pay taxes. I'm air quoting since you're not looking at your beer. But then they use Amazon every single fucking day to buy all their shit.
Yeah.
And so it's like, to them, it's like, I completely disagree with everything this company stands for, allegedly, but yet I need to better myself and my life, and I'm valuing my convenience more right now over these values because it's just lower on their priority list.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think like to further complicate it towards my point as
Sure.
well, I think you can accomplish that which you don't like. You can accomplish furthering your own values, but I think there's also value in liberty-minded people being in government simply because
Oh yeah.
you are like, because the anarchist solution isn't the practical anarchist solution isn't ending the government tomorrow. Like ideally, yes, but that's not going to happen.
Well,
and just saying I'm not going to be a part of the system and hope that it somehow ends tomorrow,
yeah,
is not furthering anybody's life. It's not furthering anybody's liberty. But if you actually
Right.
take part in the system and like in your best way, like everyone has to participate in their best way. Some people, their best, operating outside of the government, but your best way might be furthering yourself and your family and your own personal liberty while introducing liberty ideas to people around you that are in government.
change it from the inside out, right?
Like not even change it from the inside out. Like I don't think any one person is going to have a substantial impact.
Well, no, of course not.
Right?
But
I just mean when someone critiques that person and says, "How dare you work for the government? You're a libertarian." I think it's like, okay, but if I didn't, I wouldn't change anything anyway.
exactly, yeah. So I see what you're saying. Right,
But what I can change is the circumstances of my life, and this might be the best path.
damn good healthcare for my family.
Exactly.
Pretty important to some people, I hear.
And if I can be, Nick Offerman and schedule all of my meetings on April 30th or whatever date it was, like March 31st or something.
I think it was March 30. I think
Today.
is that today?
It
Is
might be today.
today oh my gosh.
She's like, I didn't think it existed.
Yeah, I didn't think it existed.
How many meetings do I have today?
Ron Swanson's meetings. Day of Ron. Well, that's not. What the fuck? I really butchered this, and Google has no idea what I was trying to say, even though I just forgot one space and fucked one letter. Oh, God. April 29th.
April 29th. So I was close.
So she's a
April
fucking
30th.
idiot, is all it is,
Yeah.
actually.
She thought it was like February.
Yeah. Good gosh. Oh my gosh. You know what's even funnier? The original air date was April 29th. That's awesome.
Every time someone calls and requests a meeting with you, I always schedule it for March 31st.
Wait, what?
Oh, is that just because it's today?
Wait a minute. Is that?
Yeah, it's March 31st.
Okay, it's March 31st.
Yeah. It's got to be March 31st.
That makes the most sense.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, 29th is such a weird day. Yeah,
I think
it's today then.
Yeah, so sorry.
So happy
This was-
Ron Swanson meeting day.
Happy Ron Swanson meeting day. Yeah, sorry. I think this was just talking about when
The
it
air
aired,
date.
which was April 29th, which is stupid.
Yeah, March 31st.
I mean,
Every time someone calls and requests a meeting with you, I always schedule it for March 31st. Why? Because I didn't think March 31st existed. Today is March 31st. Then how many meetings do I have today?
94. 93.
93.
Oh. Yikes.
Yeah. Well, I'm watching that episode today.
Absolutely watching
that.
that episode today.
Damn. Can you imagine having 94 meetings?
I can't imagine having 10 meetings. Nonetheless, 90 fucking whatever it is. So, April 29th is a Thursday in 2010. And, it was one day off. Man. They could have aired it on April 1st. That would have been, like, kind of the same.
So I had 5 meetings today. That's not too bad.
Certainly not 90.
I think on Monday I had 8 meetings.
Yikes. That's your whole day.
Yeah, I had 8 meetings.
It's your whole fucking day.
No, I had 9 meetings.
That's overtime.
You know? I survived.
Yeah.
Barely.
Even if every single one of those meetings was exactly 30 minutes long, which they obviously weren't.
No, they were not.
Yeah. That's still over half your day if you include lunch and breaks.
You know, some things just aren't worth thinking about.
Yeah, that's true. But if we do think about it, let's query this. How many of those meetings were productive?
Query me this, query me that. I mean, I didn't even attend all of them, so
There you go.
some of them were more productive since I was in there.
Just because you make people step
1,
backwards doesn't mean that's not productive.
Not productive. 2, not productive. 3, I didn't actually attend. There's 2 meetings I didn't attend. That one was productive. That one wasn't. That one wasn't.
So one out of 9 is what we're looking at here. Is what I'm hearing. Yikes.
I mean,
Okay, before we talk about this beer, can I just say this thing that should outrage everybody on Earth? You cannot stop your Echo devices from playing shit on the iHeartRadio app.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, if you tell that bitch to play something obscure, she gets all confused and she's like, "You got it," and starts playing it on iHeartRadio. And you go, "Wait a minute, I never installed iHeartRadio." And you go back and check and you're like, "Why is this sitting here?" And you disable it.
I thought you meant like once you're playing something, you can't stop it. But you're saying like if you ask them to play it,
right,
it's always on iHeartRadio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My blood is evaporating. It is not only just boiling, but evaporating. The constant state of evaporation. Just thinking about the fact that this fucking cunt just pulls that app out of her ass and starts playing shit on it. When I have my preferred music app, Apple Music, I've disabled iHeartRadio, and yet she continues to use it. I don't understand.
Do you think there's anybody out there that has like an iHeartRadio subscription still? They're like hanging on.
Yeah. You know how I know that? Yes. Because someone who's also fucking weird, Andrea, still uses Pandora.
I didn't think. Well, Elizabeth did for a long time too.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing, mate?
Yeah. There's no reason.
No, there's no reason. There's absolutely no reason. Even if you don't want to pay, you're still going to use Spotify because you can shuffle specific shit then.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you can't pick the exact song you want if you don't pay for Spotify.
Also, like, Spotify and Apple Music are not very expensive.
No, they're not. Like, if you can't afford, what is it? If you're just like on your lonesome, $10 a month.
Yeah. And then you got family plans, like,
so you
go
could,
less than that.
Yeah, you could split it between like $2 to $5 a month.
Yeah.
Like, I think Spotify has a lot more different plans than Apple Music does.
Probably.
And I think one of them, it evens out to less than $5 a month. It's insane. Yeah, so...
Back when I was a kid, you'd pay $10 for an album.
True, though. Technically still do.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Warchild. What is it good for?
What's it look like, Nicholas?
Yeah, I was going to say, who's typing here? It's a hazy boy. It's a hazy boy.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly, because it's quite bitter and hoppy, but also tropically. So anyways, back to the look. Very hazy, orangey yellow, Good amount of head. 6 around too, which is nice. Like some good head. And does she got some floaties? I cannot. Is that just?
I think that'd be hard to see with the haze here.
There's definitely floaties. There absolutely are floaties. 1,000,000%. Check out this bad boy.
Oh, I see it.
Okay. Some people are weird about that, you know?
I'm saying mini floaties though. They're not.
They're not. They're not big, thick boys.
They're not like a true unfiltered. I mean, it's a hazy, so it is unfiltered. But,
yeah, but I mean,
that's what makes the fucking haze.
Yeah, it's quite unfiltered. So, but yeah, smell. It's got a very potent smell. Very fruity. I don't know what.
I'm not going to say fruity.
I was just about to say I don't know what fruit I'd attribute it to. When I say when someone says fruity, do you just think like berries?
No.
Okay. Yeah, me neither.
I think what's the Jello marshmallow salad fruit salad? Or is that a fruit salad? I don't know.
Jello.
I don't know what's in a fruit salad.
Are you talking about
like Jello and marshmallow and
there's like a marshmallow salad?
Is that what a marshmallow salad is?
Think.
That's what I think of.
They have ambrosia. That's a thing too.
Yeah, I'm thinking marshmallow salad.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Delicious.
What?
Yeah, I could just eat marshmallows, bro. So I love that shit.
What?
It's like marshmallows and apples. What is not to like?
And like Jello and like
there's no Jello. What are you on about?
Jello.
There's no Jello.
Yeah, I think there is.
No, if there was Jello, I wouldn't like it so much. That'd be weird.
Dude, there's gelatin in
no,
this shit.
there.
I'm
is
looking at
not.
marshmallow salad and there's gelatin.
Let me look up marshmallow fucking salad. Marshmallow salad. There's no Jello, bro. It's just fucking marshmallow and like the fucking whipped marshmallow shit.
There's Jello.
There is no Jello. There's strawberries and cherries and shit. All, by the way, should be on top. Fuck mixing all that shit in. Where are you looking that you see Jello? You're looking at this? There is no Jello in there. There's all fruit and different colored marshmallows.
What's that called?
Ambrosia salad.
Yeah, that's ambrosia salad,
thing.
not marshmallow salad.
Oh my god. Easy marshmallow fruit salad. Fruit and marshies, dog.
This one has sour cream instead of gelatin.
Okay, no, you're looking into weird shit.
No, this is the second. I typed in marshmallow salad, and that's the second one.
Ambrosia.
Not ambrosia.
Salad. That's a different. I'm looking at something else. There's Jello ambrosia salad. I think it is just ambrosia. You're talking about something else.
No, look up marshmallow salad and then type in Jello.
Jello. Marshmallow salad Jello. That looks weird, like a weird mixture. I don't want that. I've never even heard or seen this in my life. Like this weird shit like that.
Well, not just that, but
is weird. I'm with you.
Here's your ambrosia salad picture, and it has sour cream in it.
I have never had one with sour cream in it.
This picture has sour cream.
I'm letting you know I've never had it with sour cream.
No, apparently you have. Apparently you don't know what's all in ambrosia salad.
No.
Regardless, that's what I think of. This whole thing, whether it's ambrosia salad or gelatin one, the whole thing, that's what I think of when someone says fruity.
Well, I certainly don't. This is all similar, but not quite what I'm thinking of.
You mean same?
But different. It's like more like this, and then there's like mandarins on top, and I just like scoop all that shit off the top. I'm like, get this out of here.
You just go eat some marshmallows
and apples. And I would like some bits of caramel in there too, please. That would be delicious.
You could probably make a caramel apple s'more.
Oh, I am down. Oh, I am down. You like a little Hershey bar, but of caramel?
Yeah, like one of those chewy caramel candies.
That's a little too chewy. I don't want that chewy.
Well, it'll melt.
Well, not really.
Put it in the fire for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
It's a little drippy, and then...
I'd rather just bite into it like a Hershey's bar, though.
Well, they probably make like Hershey's with caramels.
I could just get the fucking stirry shit and just pour some on.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. You go grams? That'd be good. Grams and apples, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably avoid the chocolate, actually, now that I said chocolate with caramels in it, and then I was like, you probably don't want the chocolate in there.
You go grams, green apples, caramel, and marshmallow.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good. I'm fucking with that this summer. So that's nothing like this beer at all.
I said dank aromas until you could come up with
No, it's
better
dank.
adjective
It's
than-
dank. That was my second point, is that it's
No,
like dank and
I
hoppy.
said dank aromas until you could come up with a better adjective than fruity.
Yeah, I don't. Pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going pineapple smells.
Dank pineapple.
The best
Pineapple bong water.
kind. Pineapple Express, if you would.
Taste.
Yeah, hit me with,
Tropical.
yeah, I was going to say, hit me with some taste facts here.
Tropical bitter boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hoppy.
Yeah.
Can't avoid that.
No, wouldn't want to.
Anything particular you want to call out?
Are you feeling, because I feel like it's one of the three as per usual, thinking floral, vegetal, or earthy?
That's what I was kind of going in for hoppy, is it does have that dankness as well.
Yeah, it's just kind of like mixed in there.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I would say it's light on the dankness, like it's definitely there. But it's not like it's not like Leo de May. Well, maybe medium is a better word.
Medium is a better word. Yeah, medium is a much better word.
I will say like pineapple acidic maybe is a good word. Like
Yeah, because it's not like an orangey or grapefruit.
it's got like a sharpness to it. Like it's got a bite.
Yeah, it's not like just tropical sweet.
It's like it's like if you were to wake up and like eat a good amount of pineapple before eating anything else in the morning. And then your stomach is feeling like a little gurgly because you just ate some acid.
Didn't even have any water. You just fucking pineappled it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Haven't even taken your morning shit yet.
Yikes.
It's about to flow through you.
Oof. That
Yeah.
is.
You ate some pineapple and then you drank an espresso.
You are about to have a time, my friend.
You were constipated? Not any longer.
Let the rivers flow. Feel.
Medium body for a hazy.
Yeah, agreed. It's not super heavy, not super thick or sweet.
Or a hazy.
I think in general, like maybe it's like a medium to heavy.
Well, if you were like, which is thicker, and you had like a bar IPA and then this, you're like, definitely this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in general, like a heavy medium, not a medium heavy, a heavy medium. But in general, it's a medium. Good bubs as always.
I was just about to say sparkly is the adjective I'll give it.
I like that. That's nice. On to critiques, and you say
Bit too sweet
for
me.
I don't disagree. I think it's a fantastic beer, but I agree with you. I think with everything going on here, you just dial that puppy down a little bit at a,
And let's be honest, at a 7.8%, that's a big IPA.
Yeah.
You're touching on 8%, which is double IPA territory. I mean, you could even make 7.8 argument as a double IPA to me, and I'd be right there with you.
She thick.
I think, I don't know. On one hand, it's in the Point Break series IPAs, so they have to differentiate themselves from Johnny Utah, Bodhisattva. I don't know if Lucille is or not. Could be even that, but like they're all distinguishable beers. Like you could line up all four of them in front of me, and I could tell you which one is which.
Yeah, even
blindfolded,
even
hands behind my back.
Like this one is most similar to Bodhi.
Yeah,
but like still incredibly different.
Yeah. So it's like, is it too sweet in the sense of like this wasn't what they were going for? Is kind of really what I'm getting at. Probably not. I think they were wanting like double IPA hazy kind of attitude here. It's my assumption, right? I don't know, but like that's my assumption looking at Johnny Utah, which is more the pale ale. It is a pale ale. Bodhi, which is orangey IPA. You got Lucille, which is more of the maltier IPA. So to me, it makes sense that they would add this to the family.
Hear me out. Lest you forget, they also had the Meowza.
I don't think that
it's not in that same like
the family.
Yeah,
I was really meaning the family, but yeah.
Okay. Because I was gonna say because that one has become, I think, a regular for them. But like this is kind of like your halfway point between that, like Bodhi and Meowza, you know?
Sure.
So, but I'm with you. I'm with you.
I would like to see. I'd like to see an amber in the family.
Have you tried their Pilsner that they can?
No.
I've never tried that. I honestly feel like I'd be disappointed by it. And that's why I haven't tried it.
Well, I just don't know what's I'm talking specifically the family.
I get you.
The Rogers Pilsner.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't mention anything about Point Break on Rogers.
What about Warchild?
They do. That they made the surfing thing.
Oh yeah. Well, like I don't know if there's anything else.
Apparently, Bodhi says back off, Warchild.
Oh, does he?
To the... I remember this guy. This guy.
Oh, wait. This actually says something on their website about it. Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, so he gets at a fight with Warchild.
Yeah, hold on. This actually says something about it on their website. Oh, dude, this literally says, did you write this down on here?
Maybe.
Yeah, you did. I didn't fucking read that part.
Oh,
I literally
series.
I literally didn't even read that part. Yeah. That's funny.
But yeah, none of the other ones do, so.
None of the other beers say that?
No.
It's just obvious.
No, I meant like...
yeah, when you call your beer.
No, I meant Lucille, Rogers,
the Bob's.
Johnny Utah does not, so maybe.
Yeah,
maybe,
but like Bodhisattva and Johnny Utah, it's like obvious. So, but the Rogers is like same kind of marketing as far as the can goes. You know what I mean? Where it's got the stripe down it. You know what I mean? So that's why I was curious about that one. What if you go Rogers Point Break? There's a Mick Rogers Point Break. Although this might be the show. That's not really helpful. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
I'm not seeing a Rogers. I'm not seeing a Lucille. Anyways, I was going to say porter. Then I thought like a nice amber would go well in this series. You didn't like their 9-pound porter, right?
No, I did like it.
You did like it.
I did not like the Bob's Brown Ale.
You didn't like the Bob's.
But the 9-pound porter was actually pretty good. Oh, wait. I saw something about Lucille and I saw something about Point Break. So I'm trying to quickly find the correlation.
There is no correlation.
Oh, I actually just discovered where Roger came from too. Okay, this is a hefty article that I'm just gonna have to send you, and you can read it on your own time.
I won't.
You might. Talks about Roger. Talks about Manny. Yeah.
Do you have any other critiques or thoughts on this beer, Nicholas?
Or not. I would like to drink this beer on a 75-degree day in San Diego. Not on the beach, but I'm at a restaurant where you can see the beach.
You at a Padres game?
Ooh. Yeah. Oh,
with a dog in your other hand?
That would be sick. Yo, Renee and I already decided we need to do a group trip to San Diego.
I don't go.
I know, but you just gotta.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh my god, I just dislike you sometimes. I get it. I do get it. I just dislike it.
Don't give.
I do say it. Go ahead.
Money to people that hate you.
I know.
Harry's Razors. Have you heard of Harry's Razors?
If you're about to go on a Daily Wire thing, yeah, that commercial was fucking awesome.
So if anyone doesn't know,
please,
Harry's Razors, and it wasn't just a Daily Wire thing. Harry's Razors is a razor company that promotes on all sorts of podcasts, including Daily Wire, and more importantly, the Thomas Woods Show. Great Tom Woods, libertarian thinker, great podcaster of our time. Recently, a high schooler on Twitter and declared himself as a high schooler with 2 followers on Twitter, sent Harry's Razor a tweet and said, "Why are you guys supporting the Daily Wire because of hate?" And Harry's Razor responded by saying, "Yeah, good point," and removed the Daily Wires as from their ad space. And then
I didn't know that part of that.
Yeah, 2-follower high schooler tweeted at them. That's what caused this. And Daily Wire responded by making their own razor company and called Jeremy's Razors, and basically said what I say, which is stop giving money to people who hate you. I was like, true.
Yeah. And I don't use a razor.
Yeah, well.
But I want to buy one to support them.
You should look up their ad. It's a good ad.
It is a fantastic ad.
But it's also very true. Like it's
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's mixed in with a lot of
I was watching
craziness, but
I was watching Tim Pool today. I was watching a Jack Posobiec, and I can't remember the other woman's name because I haven't heard of her before. But she was saying like one of the things that she really likes about it is that it between that and the films that they're doing, like they've released a movie or two. I haven't watched them or anything.
Yeah.
I don't really pay attention to the Daily Wire, honestly.
No, but I heard about those too.
But the thing that she was saying is like, not only does it give like people in Hollywood space to have alternative ideas, but it also gives them opportunities to have a soft landing for them. Like yes, they're helping shift the Overton window and what's acceptable speech. And I mean, sometimes the Overton window shrinks because of them, to be fair. You're just cast as an outsider.
Right.
But the nice thing is when you are cast as an outsider, some of those things that they're doing with like film and now Razor Company and stuff, you can land at a company potentially that so not only like, yes, you are shunned from, like it used to be that you were shunned from Hollywood, but then you were like had to go into like a different industry or something.
Right.
Now, like you can stay in the industry because there's an alternative career path for you, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So I kind of like that for that reasoning.
No, I absolutely agree with that.
But yeah, stop giving money to people who hate you.
I do respect the hell out of them for just not giving a shit and then going a step further of like, no, we are going to now promote ideas, promote products that we do agree with.
Well, to me, it's not just products that you do agree with. Like, I'm very specific at people who hate you because, like, Elizabeth and I talk about this. Obviously, we live in Washington. Most organizations that I go into, if not all of them, disagree with my politics. Like, even if they're right leaning, I guarantee none of them are anarchist companies. But really, the point for me is like, if they hate me, why go? Like, I'm not some boomer who's like boycott Chick-fil-A. Like, to me, that was one of the stupidest things that the left could do, which is basically what Daily Wire's doing. Is like, they're like boycott Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, dude, Chick-fil-A doesn't hate you.
No.
Where have they ever discriminated against gay people?
No, the owner donates money to a church.
Through a church, the Salvation Army, and Christian sports organizations that like you can only join if you like have Christian values, which it's like a Christian private school, right? It's like we had gay people at our Christian private school. It's not, which technically, yes, you were not allowed to be gay. No one really cared, and then B, like, it kind of makes sense. It's a religious institution. It's like
it's the exact same thing but reverse, right? Like, why would you give money to a company or people that hate you? Like, why are you trying to be a part of this group that doesn't have the same values as you?
Yeah, just don't go.
Yeah, like if you don't support those ideas, like just don't participate.
And actually like if you don't like Chick-fil-A or don't want to give Chick-fil-A money because they are right-leaning and religious, like,
cool.
That's your prerogative. It's the whole like Chick-fil-A must be boycott because they hate gay people.
It doesn't have to be a movement. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a whole movement. It doesn't have to be this whole thing.
And to be frank, I don't think Jeremy's Razor should be a movement. Like,
no, yeah, agreed. Right.
Live your life.
I do like the not that it is a movement, but I do like the movement of supporting companies that you agree with and like supporting people that you agree with and that you want to support. Something ironically from a company that I don't agree with or support anymore, Rooster Teeth. They, during one of the podcasts, Bernie, which is probably someone who I would probably agree with more out of anybody there.
And Well, he's not there anymore.
Exactly.
A long time ago.
Exactly. He talked about how he pays for YouTube Red or Premium, whatever the fuck they call it these days. And he's like, do I use it? No. He's like, but I got to a point where it kept asking me. And he's like, I watch YouTube and utilize it so much, and it's providing like such entertainment to me that like I want to support it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of disagree. Like for me, I mean, we've had this discussion on YouTube a while ago. Like,
well, I'm not saying YouTube specifically that I should be. I'm just saying like that's an example of things where like you should put money towards things that you do support, like even if it does seem a little silly.
No, I get it. I was just, for the YouTube specific one.
Yeah,
like I've thought about the same thing. Like one of the things we've talked about was like I would definitely support YouTube if that meant
they weren't owned by Google.
Well, and it meant that they didn't need as much ad revenue, so they would loosen up their monetization policies and stuff like that, and my money went to creators. However, I can almost state with certainty, like 99.9%, if I and a bunch of people bought YouTube Premium, nothing would change. This monetization policy would stay the same. You couldn't curse, you couldn't show guns on YouTube, like all the crazy rules.
The money will just go to Google.
It'll just go to Google.
Yeah.
And like,
yep.
Like if there was a movement and like YouTube came forward and they agreed, I would do it. I would put money towards it.
Yeah.
But like, even if I started a grassroots movement and got everyone to pay on good faith, like it's not going to happen.
Right.
Unless Google comes forward and says something like, if, 20 million people sign up for YouTube Premium, then we won't have to like crack down. And even then I would be skeptical if that's like actual honesty or if that's just like a fucking marketing ploy.
That's true too. That's very true. And I mean, that's the problem too with Google owning YouTube. You think back in like 2006, 2007, if I was 29 in 2006.
I don't think it's necessarily a Google thing though.
Well, no, I'm not saying it is a Google thing, but I'm just saying since we're specifically talking about YouTube, I'm relating it to specifically Google.
Yeah, I'm just saying like I don't think it has anything to do with Google ownership. I just think it has to do with internet ad space currently.
Sure. Yeah. But I mean, that's how Google chooses to get their money from YouTube.
But it's not just Google. It's like,
no, I know everyone does the same
thing.
That's
what I'm saying. I'm just making the point that if YouTube is its own company outside of Google, I think they would be making the same decisions.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, in this day and age. Yeah.
But yeah, like 2006, I mean,
that's what I say. If I'm 29 in 2006 and the company YouTube, because this is really before ads even existed, and they were like, hey, pay us this money so we don't have to start rolling ads out.
Well, I'm just saying, even to like 2014, 2015, YouTube was like fucking, that was the golden era. Like there was a decade, right? Like this whole phenomena about like fucking not being able to curse and
it did
not
go
be able
later.
to talk about certain things. This is like relatively recent. This is 5-6 years. Like it's crazy.
That is true. I really don't think about how.
I mean, think about like Rooster Teeth's a good example. Think about when like Rooster Teeth was in its prime. It wasn't 2006 YouTube. Rooster Teeth Prime was 2013 YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, because they were like in the middle. I mean, like Red vs. Blue had already taken off, and so like they were already bringing in money. They'd already started all their divisions within their company, like Achievement Hunter and shit like that. So yeah, I mean they were moving and grooving at that time, and yeah, like I actually don't think at that time I even knew about the first membership. I don't think I was that into them. I think I would catch their podcast every now and then.
I think the development of their website was because of all the crazy monetization rules and stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, it was even before then.
Well, I just mean I guess the creation of their website with like very like focused on video content, I guess I should say.
Yeah. Well, so
Because it used to just be like a space for like merch community and
yeah.
But then it like became like YouTube Lite.
They like shadow banned them because they swore. And it's like, okay, then we don't need you. And then they ended up going back to YouTube.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
Well, their website sucks ass.
It is pretty bad.
First of all, and then who knows?
Yeah.
Anyways. You ready to rate this beer?
No.
I am.
I am. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
4.
3.8.
We're close.
You're a 4. Which
4.
which word are you choosing?
I'm in the great category. I'm still in that
still
B.
where I am.
Yeah, we're in the same realm there. I think we agree as to why as well.
Yeah, it's just too sweet.
Yeah. And it's significant enough to like not quite throw it up in that A category.
And yeah, it is fairly significant. Granted, like it's pretty unavoidable at almost 8%. Like I you know,
that's something to consider.
But
we're both still really high in the rating, so I don't think we're being unfair.
You're high. Nice.
Yeah.
No, we are.
Yeah.
I think once you get into the A, like what you're talking about, like top tier beers, like most of our beers are going to fall into B and C unless we like really like them or really dislike them.
To be fair, we even made that statement that we're like, we really only want to drink beers that we like.
Yeah.
So that points to that as well.
And this is in the higher end.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I guess my point is like when you're getting into the A category, you're starting to get into that subjective, like if you're a high B, it's a good beer that everyone's going to enjoy. I think when you get into A, you kind of start to get into specifics of what the person likes.
Yeah.
Because that's where the nuances change a lot of things.
I think that's fair.
And so if you really like hazies, this is probably a fucking delicious ass beer.
If you're really into hazies, this might push into that A category for you.
Yeah, might be put in even plus, right? Like
could be
up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really good. I really enjoy this.
Have bought it several times, both of us.
Yeah.
So
I just, for me, I think of the A beers, the Bodies, the Johnnies, the Leota Mays of the world. I'm thinking, would I choose this over them?
Not quite.
I wouldn't. I'm trying to think of a scenario where I would. This is one of those where it's like you go to a party. We love the party analogies. You go to a party and it's like full of Coors Light and full of Trulies and White Claws,
Voodoo Rangers, even
for the women. No. Coors Light.
There's some voodoo.
Coors Light.
Jack came and brought some voodoo.
He's not there yet.
Oh, okay.
The voodoo's on its way.
Got you.
Voodoo's on its way.
Got you. Okay.
He's showing up late.
As per usual.
There's some Coors Lights for the dudes and some White Claws and Trulies for the women. And you're walking over to the cooler.
That'd be weird.
Walking over to the cooler and someone catches the glance that you made as you're opening the cooler and it's just Coors Light and you're like, someone sees your eye and they're like, "Hey, you want a Warchild?" And you're like, "Fuck yes, I would love a Warchild."
And thank you.
You swiftly open one of those.
I do not want a Coors Light.
Heaven sent Warchild. You're so fucking happy. That's what this beer is. If it's a fucking chest full of Johnny Utahs and Leota Mays and High Lifes,
not gonna be my first choice.
I mean, maybe it will be my first choice, but I'm not having more than one. And if I'm not having it as the first one, I'm not having it.
I disagree. I think I might get to a point where I get so drunk where I'm like, 7.8 sounds pretty good. And so I just like in a drunken stupor grab one.
See, I'm more of like the get lighter as it goes.
I don't. I like the way I'm feeling. And drunk Nick's logic is like, oh, you go heavier so you can keep this going. No.
No, I'm with you.
Obviously, you just get worse.
I'm with you because I've been there. But at that point, I'll just go for whiskey.
Ooh, yeah. That's not my first grab. I'm
just saying, like, if I want something heavier, I go all the way. I don't go like, I'll bump it up 1%.
I don't disagree with the choice. I think like I still feel so ignorant to whiskey and so new to it, even though like at the same time, if I really think about it, I'm like, I've had quite a bit of whiskey in my endeavors.
Probably more than like
your average person.
Most people, you know.
Most people, I think, yeah. I think it's fair to say.
At this point.
But I just still feel so ignorant to it. And so like out of whatever it is, I still like don't. I don't know. I still hesitate in calling myself a whiskey drinker, even though I love whiskey.
I think
I don't know.
I mean, maybe you shouldn't, because maybe you don't need to be a whiskey drinker.
Yeah, that's true.
But my biggest recommendation would be to, like, if you want to get into whiskey and like feel confident in drinking whiskey and like liking it, as a beer drinker,
sure.
Boilermakers.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Get a Bud Light and a shot and sip on the shot.
And I'll be honest,
try whatever whiskey.
I don't think of that until we're together and you order first. I'm like, oh, of course. God, I was gonna be like some stupid idiot and just order a Bud Light. Like, of course I'm gonna also order a shot. That's a great idea. But yeah, I mean that's a fantastic, quick and easy way. I mean, you go out once, even if just once a week, you go out twice a week, you know, you're getting like 2 to 4 different types of whiskeys a week then, if you play it that way. Like, solid and easy way to definitely find out what you like and get some more knowledge.
Well, and like I'm at the place where I know what I like. So it's weird to me.
Yeah. I'm medium.
Yeah.
I know a lot of stuff that I do like, but there's also stuff that I don't know if I wouldn't like it. You know what I mean?
That's why I think you need to like just. That's why I think Boilermakers are a good option, because if you don't like it, you have a Bud Light sitting next to you.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And you just need to start ordering stuff that you've never had.
That's really what it is. So I cling to what I know. And so I am a little proud of that, where I can go to a bar, I can go to any bar, and I could get a whiskey that I know that I will like. Like
pretty much, yeah.
Like from like the super just cheap end to like the higher end. Like
even just
I know I could order something that I will like.
Even just like Bullet and Buffalo Trace.
Exactly.
Like every bar has those.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like
even if they don't have Bullet Rye, which I prefer.
Yeah,
they probably have normal Bullet.
Yeah, and they probably have Buffalo Trace, and it's like, so you're pretty safe right there. So.
Yeah. No, I feel like I'm.
Unfortunately, when you go to a house party, you never know.
Ooh, God, they got weird shit. Yeah,
especially when they pull out. So, like you're like, you got a shot of whiskey, and they're like, yeah, I got a shot of Fireball. I ain't whiskey, my friend.
Yeah, no, that is a hot tamale that you just decided to add alcohol to.
And I don't think it's classified even as a whiskey liqueur. I think it's just a liqueur. Are
you kidding me?
I think so.
That A, I super agree with, and B is hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's just a liqueur.
That's fantastic.
It just has like an orange coloring.
Yeah.
Because the cinnamon.
Oh, God. I mean, like, although it's just objectively horrible, like, I also just hate, like, Big Red Gum and hot tamales. Like, I hate that shit.
I don't mind.
I hate it.
Hot tamales or Big Red Gum.
I could see the difference why why it's worse than that. But like I already hate
You already
the
don't
good
like
version
that.
of spicy cinnamon.
Sure.
And so it's like
Sure.
you're talking about shitty spicy cinnamon. I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, I get it.
Ugh.
All right. Wrap this up. No one's here this long. You guys aren't doing YouTube shit, so who cares?
Whatever. Do it or don't. But what you should do is go watch Point Break.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Peace.
Later.